And we are live. Hello and welcome everyone. I am Tech Cherry and we are back for another cast from the King of Ireland tournament. Today we are going to be looking at Pl0tterGhost versus RockDove from the King of Ireland Bronze Division. In terms of seeding, both of these players are somewhere between upper 900s and lower thousands, if I remember correctly. Let's see, RockDove. Oh no, RockDove coming in at calculated 1175. And Pl0tterGhost is at 1034, so definitely Pl0tterGhost is going to be the underdog in this set. In terms of where they stand in the brackets, let's take a quick look at that. So the victor of RockDove and Pl0tterGhost will go up against Sorrentine in the semifinals. They are the 3rd and 6th seeds, respectively. Let's take a look at their Civ draft now. So RockDove has selected the Burgundians, the Poles, the Lithuanians, the Tatars, the Britons, the Mayans, the Teutons, and the Saracens. And Pl0tterGhost has selected the Vietnamese, the Chinese, the Magyars, the Ethiopians, the Bohemians, the Cumans, the Mongols, and the Japanese. Pl0tterGhost sniping the Lithuanians from RockDove, and RockDove in turn sniping the Bohemians from Pl0tterGhost. The first game of every set is Irish Arabia, and so let's begin. In the left-hand, sort of lower-ish corner of the map, we have Pl0tterGhost playing as the Yellow Mongols. And in the right side of the map, we have RockDove playing as the Burgundians. It is important to note that Irish Arabia is different from normal Arabia in that we have Irish branding in the center, Irish Celtic knots, and we have, because of that, we actually have these thinner, more numerous wood lines around the player town center. In terms of maps, let's examine and compare the maps. Pl0tterGhost has a forward stone. This could easily be ranged by a tower placed along his, wherever he would wall out here. It looks like he is exploring with a sheep, actually. Is he going to find... No, he does not find his other sheep with that, but Pl0tterGhost actually doing a good job scouting with sheep here. He needs to make sure that he always has sheep under the town center, though, so that his villagers are not idle. He is going to find his sheep now. So in terms of maps, Pl0tterGhost has some pretty forward stone, and this could mean trouble for him if he ever intends to go Mangadai. He'll be needing to take that stone. However, his gold is back, and he has no back wood line either, and very forward berries. So overall, Pl0tterGhost's map is not looking very good. The safest part about it is the gold. But even that could still be ranged by a cheeky tower here. RockDove's map looks a little bit better. RockDove could wall across to the edge of the map here. He could wall these gaps in the trees here. And he could wall to the edge of the map here. And then he will have 2 golds on the side, but at least his main gold will be relatively secure. Depending on how he walls, though, this gold could still be towered. But this stone should be safe. He has built his lumber camp back here, and he has 3 on wood. This is telling me that RockDove is planning a scouts build. Has RockDove gotten double bit axe yet? Doesn't look like it. I don't know when double bit axe is important. I know that you want to get it as soon as possible for other civs, but for Burgundians, who can get it an age earlier for half the food cost, I don't know if it's worth it. Or when it's worth it, rather. Just because I don't own the Burgundians. So Pl0tterGhost here brought in his first boar. He's taking that, and he is coming out to berries now. How much does he have on wood? He also has 3 on wood. So both players, from the look of it, are doing a scouts build. They both have 3 on wood still. So this will be interesting. They both have around 1 villager's worth of idle time, with Pl0tterGhost at a slight disadvantage there. Got a little bit more idle time. Is Pl0tterGhost housed now? No, he's not. He's just got idle TC. But you want to keep your town center working as much as possible. Idle town center time is evil. Every 25 seconds of town center idle time is like a free villager kill for your opponent. Except the difference is that you didn't spend the food. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. That 50 food is negligible compared to the impact that villager will make, gathering resources throughout its life. Okay, Pl0tterGhost bringing in his second boar here. Mongols take hunt so fast that they can do some pretty insane uptimes. We'll see if Pl0tterGhost is going for some insane like 17 pop or 16 pop Mongol scouts. I don't think so, though, at this elo. That's a pretty advanced build order, but maybe Pl0tterGhost will impress us. Well, let's see. Pl0tterGhost is at 18 population now, and he has 4 more villagers in queue, so that's 22 pop. So maybe Pl0tterGhost is doing pretty standard 22 pop scouts. Too slow, in my opinion, on even normal Arabia, and way too slow on Irish Arabia. Scouts are not as strong on Irish Arabia because it's easier to wall them out. However, the map, as we saw in Premier versus John Nash, is so open that mounted units late game are much more powerful, in my opinion. So the map kind of forces players to... They want to go for a scout civilization in the end because they're going to want to have that mobility. But to actually be able to do anything with their army early on, their preferred build, their scout build, is tough. But it could be good for civs that have mobility but go man-at-arms initially. We see that RockDove has already begun walling this circle here and is getting loom. Pl0tterGhost getting loom as well, and is actually headed up to the feudal age first at 21 pop. So it looks like he canceled one of his villagers. So Pl0tterGhost is going to need to send a bunch over to wood, or a bunch more to wood, really quickly. Make sure that he has the wood in the bank needed to put down a barracks. Okay, a barracks is actually coming down now, so I take that back. He needs to make sure he has the wood in bank to build a stable. Looks like he has taken all the food under his town center. Where are his deer? He needs to go get those deer. Is he going to push the deer in? Are we going to see a player at about 1.5, not 1.5, but 1.05k push deer in? I don't know. I don't watch this play very often, but it looks like he is indeed going to push his deer in. Good for him. So the deer will be really helpful. He'll take the meat from it super fast, and that will help him get scouts out more quickly. So let's see. Good walls coming up from RockDove. Does not want to be caught off guard by Mongolian scouts, and he is indeed going to wall to the edge of the map. I like this. Hopefully he can finish it in time. Pl0tterGhost is going to be feudal age just now, so that should be quite alarming for RockDove. He actually might send a few more villagers to wall in this case. And RockDove still on his way up to the feudal age. He has already gotten horse collar and double bit axe. I don't know if he built this farm. Looks like he actually built that farm after getting horse collar, which is pretty nice. So what is RockDove going to do with his feudal age once he gets there? He has almost no food in the bank. He's been spending it all on villagers and eco upgrades. He also has not touched his deer. So Pl0tterGhost now with the scouts in queue, building up the scout mass that he needs to attack RockDove. Unfortunately for him, RockDove is probably going to be fully walled. Has Pl0tterGhost even scouted RockDove? Yes, okay, so he knows where RockDove is, but he needs to be sitting over here camping these with his scout, making sure that the villager can't finish the wall off, and then sending the scouts the rest of the way. We have Bowsaw coming in for RockDove, so RockDove is going to have a very good economy. He is scouting out. What does RockDove know about Pl0tterGhost? Has RockDove scouted the barracks? Yes. So RockDove knows that the barracks is here, and that scouts will probably be on their way. We have 4 scouts. Pl0tterGhost is probably going to wait for 5 scouts, and then he'll push out, because 5 scouts tends to be the rule of thumb. How are we doing for walls here? So RockDove has sealed this off. He has sealed this off. So RockDove should be impervious to scouts for the time being, unless there's a hole in the wall, which there could be, because there very often is. Additionally, though, bushes are straggler trees on this map. Okay, so RockDove clicking out, realizing that there's a hole here, and then, yes, he is going to go wall that up. So Pl0tterGhost is on his way. And there's a hole right here. Oh no, disaster for RockDove. He spent all this time walling this up, and Pl0tterGhost just runs right through. Fortunately for Pl0tterGhost, he does have a spearman handy. Can these scouts get that villager? Yes, they can. One of them goes down. And these scouts are going to find this wood line, and more villagers will go down. Wait a second. Does RockDove not have loom? No, okay, he does have loom. What's the deal with these scouts then? Oh, they have forging. Nice. Pl0tterGhost got forging, so that's why these scouts are killing villagers so quickly. That's pretty impressive. Even I wouldn't have gotten forging. He has not gotten any armor, though, so his scouts still can't really fight villagers. And is RockDove going to seal this up? Well, he probably didn't see how the scouts got in, so he doesn't quite know. So he doesn't know to go and wall that up. And let's see what Pl0tterGhost does. He's gotten 4 kills. This should be over. He's a villager ahead, though, because he's had so much more town center idle time than RockDove. So despite those kills, he's only 1 villager ahead. He is getting bloodlines now for his 2 injured scouts, and he's got 1 back here still waiting. So when bloodlines comes in, these scouts will go from 45 to 65 HP, and they also gain a certain fraction of that in additional health. So mining camp coming down for RockDove. RockDove isn't really close to the castle age as far as I can tell. He's building a blacksmith. He is not really planning on making any feudal military. He just wants to boom up.
Bonjour.
This is a mistake, though. Don't come back here with the weak villager. Okay, so the scout is going to finish off both of these. Or this spearman is going to kill both of these scouts. And now RockDove no longer has scouts in his base. So Pl0tterGhost doing a great job with the early aggression. He gets in there with the scouts. He gets 4 kills. Eco kills. He has more scouts. Looks like he is not making any more. And he has some extra wood and some extra gold. So he could build a market, and that's what he's doing. And he could buy some food to maybe click up to the next stage. You don't need this many on gold if you're going scouts. But he has them there anyway. RockDove getting wheelbarrow for, what, 75 food and 75 gold, 75 wood, something ridiculous like that. And he has found the hole now. He sent the spearman out, and he is building a stable there. So this says we'll probably see some cavalier for him in the castle age. He is beginning to get the resources he needs to click up. Meanwhile, Pl0tterGhost has a large economy imbalance. He's only got 177 now. He's got about 200 food, okay, you guys, and almost 700 gold. He is getting wheelbarrow as well. He needs to buy food and click up. The damage is done. He's ahead. Pl0tterGhost is 2 villagers ahead of RockDove. And he is buying the food he needs now, and he should be able to click up. He is queued Castle Age right behind Wheelbarrow, so he is on his way up as well. RockDove now getting the first armor for his cavalry as well as the gold mining upgrade. So how is Pl0tterGhost going to deal with this? Well, you need to get ahead as Mongols. Mongols could struggle with Castle Age Cavalier. I mean, they may not have bloodlines, but they're still Cavalier. Mongols could make camels, and those camels would be okay in Castle Age, but toward Imperial Age, the camels are missing the second armor. They will really struggle against heavy cavalry, even heavy cavalry missing bloodlines. So here comes Pl0tterGhost for another wave of scouts, but of course RockDove is fully walled up this time, not taking any chances, even walling behind that. So Pl0tterGhost is going to try to get in with these scouts. He's whacking away at the palisade, but RockDove can simply wall behind it. Actually, is he gonna let it in so that he can fight it with these spearmen? No. Okay, he is gonna build that house. I think that is the right call. There's no reason to let those scouts in and have them run around and be a disruption. He's even putting the stable on hold to make sure that he gets this walled up. So what's Pl0tterGhost up to now? He is going to be Castle Age pretty soon. He's still making scouts. I think this is a mistake. You've already known that your opponent is fully walled. You can't get in with the scouts and you can't do damage. So RockDove building another town center on this wood and on this gold. What Pl0tterGhost needs now is he needs to take advantage of the map control that he has Maybe drop a castle, go into some Mangonite or something. But Cavalier research coming in for RockDove. And he is also getting Husbandry, so RockDove is going to go double stable Cavaliers here. And unless Pl0tterGhost does something different, he is going to really struggle with that. So Pl0tterGhost is still ahead in terms of economy. He killed 4 of RockDove's villagers, but he's only 1 villager ahead because of an idle time difference. But if I were Pl0tterGhost, I would be taking stone, and I would want to drop a castle on my opponent. Control the fights, don't let them use their mobility. Force the Cavalier to fight under the castle. Make Mangonite, raid. I think that his ticket to success is early pressure. I think Burgundians have just way better options than Mongols in the late game. So it looks like there was a hole here. Did some scouts get in? No. We've got Light Cav, though, for Pl0tterGhost. So he's gotten the Light Cav upgrade. He has some knights, and he's on the prowl, still looking for damage. As RockDove puts up a 3rd town center. RockDove now producing villagers from multiple town centers. And so will therefore pull ahead of Pl0tterGhost in the villager count if Pl0tterGhost does not boom himself. So we have Light Cav and some knights, and they are looking for trouble. They are going to beat up on this house. I think RockDove can simply wall behind this house if he sees it. I think he will. He's sending his Cavaliers that way, and the Cavaliers should be pretty effective against these units. Both players missing the +2 armor on their cavalry. Cavalier have 12 attack, though, which is 2 additional attack. And they just absolutely murder Light Cav. So I do not expect Pl0tterGhost to do very well in this engagement. He did have the numbers, but RockDove just has much more powerful units here. And all of Pl0tterGhost's cavalry go down. So now if you're RockDove, maybe you build a monastery and you heal these guys up, and then you go for a raid. So Pl0tterGhost expanding out and building a town center now on this stone. He is still not taking stone, and he still hasn't really walled. He's got this opening here, and he's making more knights. He made 1 camel, and he was about to make another, but then canceled it. Okay, Pl0tterGhost, I like this. Pl0tterGhost is getting chain barding armor. RockDove seems to have forgotten chain barding armor. And sure enough, we've got a monastery and a monk queued up so that he can heal his units. And get relics. So 45 villagers for Pl0tterGhost and 56 villagers now for RockDove. So RockDove with a 10 villager lead. This will continue to grow as RockDove continues to produce from all 3 of his town centers. Pl0tterGhost will need more town centers or a lot of eco damage to pull ahead. But the second armor will really help Pl0tterGhost. He has better units to be able to fight knights now. They're gold units, or fight cavaliers, I should say. They're gold units, and camels get bonus damage against knights and cavalier. 3rd town center coming down for Pl0tterGhost, or I should say the foundation has been laid. But I'm disappointed that we don't see more on stone. However, Pl0tterGhost has 6 on stone somewhere, and they're probably down here. So we will get to see some Mangonite, and that will be exciting. Probably, unless he spends it all on guard towers and stone walls. But he'll probably make castles. That's what I would do. So both players sitting back and booming up. In the past, we've seen a lot of aggression on this map. And I indeed think that you can deny a lot of resources this way. It's hard to get to your opponent's main resources as they're slightly closer. The golds and the stones are slightly closer. But the secondaries are further away. So if you can get in and get on those mains, it can feel like those secondaries aren't really even part of your base. It may be less of a thought to go after them. So, RockDove going onto stone here. I'm wondering what RockDove's plan is. I mean, that's enough villagers to make me think he's after a castle. Maybe RockDove wants to build some castles to secure his economy. Or maybe he wants to drop a castle on his opponent. We'll see. Are these Cavaliers still weak? Yes, they are. He has not healed them up yet. However, he has been retrieving relics with a monk. So we've got a monk out here bringing a relic back. Just picked it up. He has 2 more monks in the monastery that are being created. Could be worth, though, healing these guys up before a fight. But he's not looking to fight yet. So Pl0tterGhost at 62 villagers and RockDove at 82. So RockDove has been doing a better job of keeping more town centers working for longer, and therefore has an economy lead. Similar militaries. 26 military for Pl0tterGhost and 29 for RockDove. And it's sort of gotten to the point now where, in theory, RockDove's military should be much better, but Pl0tterGhost has the 2nd armor, and he also has the 2nd attack, and he has camels. So Pl0tterGhost coming out and looking for a fight. RockDove is selling wood for gold. He had a bunch of excess wood. And is RockDove interested in Imperial Age now? His resources, he's floating a lot of food, and he's getting close to floating that gold. So he could sell some more wood and have the gold that he needs to click up. These camels are attacking the house. So we'll probably see an imp click from RockDove any minute now. Pl0tterGhost is nowhere near there. He has a lot of gold, but he doesn't have very much food. He needs to put more villagers on food. Pl0tterGhost could afford a castle, though. A castle right here would be quite nice. It would be protecting his stone and his gold and his town center. However, Pl0tterGhost is in on RockDove with a raid. This could be devastating. RockDove still appears to have not clicked up to the castle age yet. Just using the Burgundian boom. There are a lot of Cavalier here. 38 Cavalier, 29 Cavalier. And Pl0tterGhost fighting this with some of his military, and the rest of his military fighting the university. We have camels. Camels are dealing bonus damage against the Cavalier, and it looks like Pl0tterGhost is going to win this. It's going to be close. Oh, RockDove got a conversion on that camel. That was really helpful. This monk is recharging his faith now. So RockDove barely winning that. And now Pl0tterGhost has very little military remaining. RockDove has clicked up to the Imperial Age, and Pl0tterGhost is going to build a castle here and another town center. I like this castle too. This is actually probably better than a castle over here. This castle will secure this gold and this stone. And he is out of stone down here, but Pl0tterGhost needs to throw down a bunch of farms, and he needs to start thinking about Imperial Age. He's 37 minutes into the game, so he should know that his opponent is going to be very close. RockDove has found this castle, wants to deny it. The villagers are going to fight off a scout because it's only a scout, right? But as soon as these Cavaliers show up, he knows he needs to get out of there. Villagers can't fight all those Cavalier. Thankfully for Pl0tterGhost, he has a bunch of camels ready. And RockDove is going to bail. So now these villagers can come back and finish the castle. So if Burgundians went like a pike siege push, Mongols would be dead. There's nothing Mongols can do about it. However, this map is so open that it will probably never get to that. So RockDove is Imperial Age now. Pl0tterGhost may very well buy the food he needs and then click up himself so as to not be too far behind. Eco difference is not really that bad, all things considered. Pl0tterGhost at 95 villagers to RockDove's 109. RockDove showing he knows how to micro monks as another monk goes down, but a camel is converted, so now we have a Burgundian camel running around. Camel's coming back and drawing the Cavalier into the castle fire. Paladin is on its way for RockDove. It costs half as much. And Pl0tterGhost, still massing camels, has not clicked up to Impia. I think that this is a mistake. Needs to not give away the technology advantage to his opponent. He has the res to click up. Just do it. Buy a little bit of food and click up. There we go. He didn't want to buy any food. Hopefully he is up in time to be able to respond to the Paladin and the Halberdier. So Paladin and Halberdier is going to be really rough for Pl0tterGhost to deal with. He's going to need Mangudai and Camels. Pikemen are pretty useless against Paladins, unfortunately. I guess if you have enough of them, it's alright. Could you imagine there was a time in this game when Halberdier didn't even exist, and Frankish Paladins were running around the map with reckless abandon? Oh man, those were the days when you could just like pick frags and get there and always win. Okay, so we do have some Mangudai popping out of the castle, and we have another castle coming down for RockDove. So this castle is his trebuchet platform. I don't believe that RockDove has any other castles behind this. Just a large Burgundian eco of 125. Now Mangudai require a lot of upgrades though. It looks like these are just regular Mangudai. They don't even have Bodkin yet. RockDove will probably start making trebs from this castle as soon as it's created, and will take advantage of his technology upgrade. Pl0tterGhost needs to get Bodkin as soon as possible so that he can fight these Halberdiers. They are starting to be amassed. Halberdiers do massive damage to camels. I think it's even more than regular cavalry. So, Pl0tterGhost cannot rely on camel alone. Pl0tterGhost, though, with 105 villagers and lots of res. So he can definitely afford these upgrades. He's just got to think about them. Get Bodkin. It's a Castle Age upgrade. You can afford it. Get Chemistry. Build a university and get Chemistry. He's building another town center here. So he's finally imp. He's going to get trebuchets. He is building trebuchets first. Yeah, it's about the same actually. So we're going to have a big treb war. Second castle going down in the same place though. Make it harder to dive the trebuchets with cavalry. Mongolians don't want to dive any castles though, at least not in Imperial Age. They're missing the final armor for their cavalry. Okay, Bodkin coming in for RockDove even before it comes in for Pl0tterGhost. Even though RockDove is not going to make any archers, Bodkin is just for the castle here. And Pl0tterGhost is going to respond with a trebuchet of his own. I bet these Mangudai come and they dive this trebuchet. How much do you guys want to bet? These Mangudai, nope. Gets fired upon by the castle, decides not to. And we're going to have a big fight here. He needs to get Heavy Camel as soon as possible. Heavy Camel takes a long time to upgrade, and these pikemen are going after the Mangudai, and because the Mangudai are not running away, the pikemen very easily pick them off. There's only one left. But there's a big camel fight here against the Paladins. Heavy Camel just only now coming into Pl0tterGhost, but he needed it before taking this fight. So many camels though, it looks like he is going to clear this up at great cost. One trebuchet goes down, there are more in queue for Pl0tterGhost. And it's kind of disappointing. RockDove has the wood to build like 6 more barracks at least and flood Halberdier across the map. If he did that, Pl0tterGhost would be in big trouble, but instead he's got 35 Halberdier in queue from 3 barracks. So he definitely should build more barracks. Pl0tterGhost selling some excess food for gold. He has nothing on gold right now. His castle goes down. I still think that RockDove has the advantage here. It's just without the castle, Pl0tterGhost has no answer to Halberdier prepared. He can't fight Halberdier except with camels. And camels are really bad against Halberdiers. Is this castle going to go down? Is RockDove going to save his castle? Yes, he does. The repair villagers are on their way. Okay. So, Pl0tterGhost in trouble. He does have the stone for 2 more castles, but he's not on gold. Where's all of his gold? Guess it's here, and it's not safe. And his scouting the map, there actually is gold up here. Does Pl0tterGhost know about that gold? No, he does not, unfortunately. So he can't take it. Castle drop coming in for RockDove. He's going to push forward. Pl0tterGhost cannot stop it. Town center goes down. So we got 154 villagers for RockDove. He's boomed like a madman. And 43 military. RockDove is pop capped. And Pl0tterGhost at 117 here has a much more reasonable villager count of 99. Heavy Camel is in. He's able to fight the Paladin a little bit better, but there are going to be too many Halberdier here, and these camels will get cleaned up. So Light Cav coming in for RockDove knows how to close the game out. Boom up, Fled Cavalry across the map. Masonry coming in for Pl0tterGhost. Help keep his buildings up a little bit longer, and he is dropping a castle here. But this is not a good idea because there are paladins nearby, there are halbs nearby, there are converted camels nearby. So this castle is not going up. RockDove will see that castle and will certainly swoop down there to stop it. We have another castle coming up. Pl0tterGhost is invested in Hussar, but when the enemy has got a castle in your face and halberdiers all over your front buildings, you can't exactly use your Hussar to raid anymore. We have a Trebuchet coming down for... Trebuchet has moved forward. It started treading this town center. Let's get out of here. This is not a good spot to be. This castle's going to go up. This castle will not go up. So Pl0tterGhost at 93 military, or 93 villagers, 22 military. So it's looking really rough for him. He just did not prepare an answer for these halberdiers soon enough. He needed more Mangadai. So this is looking like RockDove's game. Okay, here are the additional barracks that I was asking for from RockDove. RockDove has a ton of food, though. He could absolutely flood Hussar across the map. And he does have Hussar queued after 3 paladins. Ram comes out for RockDove. So Pl0tterGhost is making lots of Hussar. And he has 55 on food. And they're great raiding units, but they're not raiding. They are fighting off enemy halberdiers in his own base. But Mongols are a great early game civ. They're a great civ to get an early advantage and then push that advantage. And Pl0tterGhost had that early advantage, but he didn't choose the right military composition. He didn't prioritize the right things. Should have expected that RockDove would go halberdiers to counter his camels, and that he would need an answer to that. So with that, RockDove outplays Pl0tterGhost, edges him out in Irish Arabia. Both players played well. It was an entertaining set. They both did a good job booming up. They boomed faster than Tech Chariot would have boomed, that's for sure. And with that, we will move on to the next game. So well played from RockDove. Halberdier switch for him was absolutely critical, and it won him this game. That and the forward castles forcing fights up here. So Pl0tterGhost calls the GG, and we are on to his home map now of Nomad. Alright, so here we go. We've got Pl0tterGhost as the Vietnamese and RockDove as the Poles. So let us hit play here. This is a smaller configuration of Irish Nomad, so this is more of a Socotra style. Not very much land, so could be some pretty aggressive, vicious fighting here. Poles are a popular pick on this map because the map can either be big or the map can be large, and in either situation the Poles do well. Pl0tterGhost and RockDove both looking for a perfect spot to build their town center. It can be tough. There are a lot of hills on Irish Nomad. Let's see, what do we got here? So it looks like RockDove is headed out toward this section of Ireland. Okay, he's building his town center kind of close to the coast here. And Pl0tterGhost... So Pl0tterGhost is actually going to know that RockDove's town center is there, even though he was Vietnamese and he didn't need to. he would have seen it anyway. So Pl0tterGhost just needs to find a place and put down his town center. This would be an okay spot right here. Or maybe over here. Dock has gone up for Pl0tterGhost. You can build a house, a dock, a town center, and a fishing ship. You simply have the wood for it all. Okay, so this is not good for Pl0tterGhost. His opponent is going to have his town center up before he even starts building his. Just build the town center, dude. He's wandering everywhere across the map and can't seem to find a place to put his town center. I think this would be fine. He knows where his opponent is.
Điện hạ có gì sai bảo?
Where's it going to be? So RockDove already at 7 villagers, and Pl0tterGhost still has 3. So this is looking pretty bad. Pl0tterGhost finally decides to put his town center down here. It's unfortunate. So unfortunately, I think this game is already over, but we'll keep watching it. Maybe Pl0tterGhost can get a comeback. I mean, this was his home map, so surely he would have done some generations and studied it and got a feel for where good town center locations could spawn. So RockDove is at 9 economy, Pl0tterGhost has 3. RockDove has 7 on food. He's got 1 fishing ship out already. RockDove has found his transport ship in the corner. Pl0tterGhost has not moved it yet. Okay, town center finally up for Pl0tterGhost. He can start making villagers now. And that town center goes up almost 7 minutes into the game. So RockDove has had 20 seconds of idle TC time. So that's about a villager, at least 23 seconds. So at least for Pl0tterGhost, that is 1 fewer villager that he is behind. But the eco difference is 14 to 5. So RockDove building outposts all across the map. This is interesting. Pl0tterGhost doesn't like it, wants to deny it. And we have a villager fight here. Does either player have loom? So RockDove has loom, Pl0tterGhost does not, so therefore he can finish that outpost. Taking sheep now. It's important to build your town center on a wood line. So Pl0tterGhost has added loom to his queue here. He'll make 3 more villagers and then get loom. And he has 1 working on the outpost. Pl0tterGhost is also housed. He only has 2 on wood, so he force drops that off to build another house. He has a dock up with a fishing ship at least. Outpost is not that important. This villager would probably be better off working. Okay, he is chopping the straggler trees, the reeds along the coast of Ireland. A full work coming up for RockDove. This is a great place for full work. There are 3 deer here, and there are some berries. The eco difference is 23 to 11. Pl0tterGhost has a single fishing ship. RockDove has 4. So Irish Nomad has the relics off of the coast. They are on little islands. And you can use your starting transport to transport your monk over there to get these relics without having to build a transport. Looks like Pl0tterGhost still has not found his transport ship. So I think players pick this Nomad map because they think, oh, you know, it's just Nomad. It's very similar to regular Nomad. Maybe Pl0tterGhost did have a plan, though. We'll see. Vietnamese will tell him where RockDove's town center is, although RockDove, he knew that anyway because he bumped into it as RockDove was building it. And of course RockDove knows where Pl0tterGhost is because Pl0tterGhost just destroyed his outpost overlooking his town center. So now Pl0tterGhost has saved up enough wood to build a lumber camp, and he builds a proper lumber camp here on a wood line. The good news for Pl0tterGhost is that he has a lot of sheep. He's got 6 sheep and 6 cows. So he has a lot of food that he can move under his town center. And that is a big bonus, at least. So RockDove on his way to the feudal age, 29 pop. Pl0tterGhost is at 18 pop. Barracks coming up for RockDove. Another house for Pl0tterGhost. So Pl0tterGhost is actually getting really close to clicking, and he goes up to feudal himself. So he's going up to feudal. RockDove has just reached feudal. We have a market from RockDove. He cannot afford a blacksmith yet because he built that barracks. Had he not built that barracks, he actually would have been able to afford a blacksmith and click up pretty much right after this. RockDove slowly getting food. He's not going to have enough food to click up to Castle Age, which is really good for Pl0tterGhost, considering how far behind he is. So Feudal Age is going to be in for Pl0tterGhost in about 30 seconds. Keeps moving the cows in. I think he's got, let's see, 150, another 150. Does he control these sheep? No, he actually doesn't know about these sheep. So this is 300 plus another 300. So he's got 600 food still standing over here. So he has enough food to click up to the Castle Age. He just has to get it into his resource bank. We have a barracks coming up for Pl0tterGhost. Pl0tterGhost building an outpost now, wants to see what his opponent's up to. We have a stable, and so this stable was RockDove's second building so that he can afford Castle Age. So with that stable having gone up, he is going to research Castle Age and probably build a blacksmith now so that he can get armor for knights. And this will probably be a very early knight push from RockDove. Wants to end this quickly before the Vietnamese can get the better of him on this closed map. So no stone being taken from RockDove at all. He's going out to gold here. He wants gold, he doesn't want stone. So mining camp coming up for Pl0tterGhost. Pl0tterGhost does not have the res to click up to the next stage. He needs gold so that he's building that mining camp. Should send some more villagers to gold now as he continues to take the rest of his sheep. RockDove is going to be Castle Age here in just a few seconds. He has 2 stables down, and I don't think he has the food eco though to make knights. At least not from both of them. He can maybe queue up a knight from one of them. Yeah, there it is. So Pl0tterGhost working on it. He's got a blacksmith that he is going to build here. It's going to be one of his feudal age buildings, and then he's going to need another feudal age building. Perhaps a range, perhaps a stable of his own. To research Castle Age. He's closing in on the food. He's idling his town center because he wants to save that food. He found these sheep, sending them in. He should keep making villagers. But he needs the wood to get another one of his buildings down. And RockDove making another knight. He is using both of these stables, actually, to make... Nope. He's only making knights from one stable at a time. Makes sense, because he can only afford to make from one at a time, and he's got 3 knights coming. He knows exactly where Pl0tterGhost is, and Pl0tterGhost is going to be in trouble. Pl0tterGhost just wants to get Castle Age. He's quick walling this. He's walled this side up. Is Pl0tterGhost going to survive this? These knights? Well played. So Pl0tterGhost needs to wall behind or repair this palisade. And not messing around, putting up a stone wall. Pl0tterGhost fighting for his life on his home map. Okay, he's almost there. He just needs another building. He just needs a building. Did he forget about the building? Okay, there it is. It's an archery range. Idle villagers everywhere. He needs to repair this house. RockDove is 11 villagers ahead of him. Okay, he's just going to build stone walls behind it. He does have a secure gold here. So I wonder if RockDove will just come and tower this gold. That's what I would do in RockDove's position. He needs to repair this barracks. So Pl0tterGhost is on his way to Castle Age now. And he's going to take this opportunity to wall over here. So he's got his own little corner of the map. RockDove has a lot of knights out, though. Pl0tterGhost, you need to repair this barracks. He can repair the barracks, he can get pikemen, and he can build pikemen. This is a lot of knights on this barracks, though. Do they have any attack upgrades? No. But they do have the first armor. So Pl0tterGhost repairing this barracks, he's actually going to run out of wood. He's making spearmen now. RockDove sees the flags and decides to withdraw. Doesn't want to tangle with spearmen. Pl0tterGhost getting the armor for those spearmen. He needs some more food so that he can get pikemen. Pl0tterGhost is still on fish down here. RockDove has not punished Pl0tterGhost's fish. The score is pretty bad for Pl0tterGhost. He's about half the score of RockDove. But Pl0tterGhost doing a good job holding on here. Each of these trees have 350 wood in them apiece. So Pl0tterGhost ejecting spearmen, which I think is a mistake. He needs to get the pikeman upgrade and then eject the spearmen when he has as many as possible. RockDove not so scared anymore. There is an archer back here dealing some damage to these knights. And Pl0tterGhost is going to push back RockDove again. RockDove gives it up. Says it's not worth it. However, RockDove does have the rest of this map to himself. And this is one of the smaller versions of Irish Arabia. What do we got here? Another full work coming down for RockDove. Maybe he's building this full work so he can take this boar and this deer and this sheep. And we have a monastery coming down. So to convert repairing villagers, perhaps? RockDove really needs the pikeman. No. RockDove is getting foraging. Pl0tterGhost isn't getting pikemen because he can't afford it. I thought for a minute that Pl0tterGhost was getting foraging, but pikemen is more important than foraging. And we have a castle drop on Pl0tterGhost from RockDove. So this is going to put Pl0tterGhost in a big pickle. Pl0tterGhost builds a monastery. He will make a monk to convert these knights. Pl0tterGhost laughing because he can't do anything about that castle and calls the GG. So we really appreciate Pl0tterGhost signing up for the tournament. It was fun having him. The games that he participated in were entertaining. Unfortunately, Pl0tterGhost had lost this game before his town center ever went up, I feel. It just took so long to decide on a place to finally build it. I understand that it's a little bit harder on Irish Arabia, but it can still be done. But you can't apply the same level of pickiness to Irish Arabia town center locations as you can to normal, or sorry, not Arabia, Nomad, as you can to traditional Nomad. And maybe that is something for us to work on in the future, to make it so that you can be a little bit pickier on Irish Nomad without having to wait until minute 7 to get your town center up. But Pl0tterGhost definitely showing that he made some good decisions here. He had the stone walls up, he had the repairs, he had the quick walls. He was doing the things that he should have done, but it just wasn't enough to come back from that massive disadvantage early on. So we're going to be sad to see Pl0tterGhost go. At the same time, though, congratulations to RockDove for moving on. Especially in that first game, RockDove really making some good decisions, and we're excited to see what he comes up with in the quarterfinals, or in the semifinals, actually. This is the quarterfinals. RockDove will be up against Sorrentine, if I remember correctly. Yep. So RockDove will be up against Sorrentine in the semifinals. So we're looking forward to casting that and sharing the video with all of you. So again, I'm Tech Chariot. Thank you so much for tuning in to this set. It's been an entertaining set. Super grateful for the players for signing up for these hard maps in this weird tournament. And we look forward to bringing you more from RockDove. GG and well played, everybody. And we are going to end the stream here. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully we will see you again soon.